You're standing in a Swedish grocery store in mid-January. It's dark outside by 4 o'clock. The snow is up to your knees. And yet, the toddlers racing down aisle 7 are mostly rocking healthy vitamin D levels. How on earth is that happening? Stick with me, and we'll unpack the quiet policy tweak that made it possible and why it now bumps into climate goals. First, the headline. Back in 2018, Sweden said, "Let's sneak extra vitamin D into more everyday foods." Not hospital supplements, regular supermarket staples. Think oat milk, dairy-free spreads, even that preschool margarine. The idea was simple. If the fortification is baked into products parents already buy, kids will get enough sunshine vitamin without anyone drafting a meal plan on the fridge. Here's what that looks like in real life. A lactose-intolerant toddler grabs oat milk at breakfast, spreads fortified margarine on a sandwich at lunch, and drinks regular cow's milk at preschool. Boom. Big chunk of the day's vitamin D, handled almost by accident. Nurses still ask about outdoor play and supplements at checkups, but blood tests rarely raise red flags anymore. Signpost number 1. The policy is working. Mostly. Researchers tracked nearly 2,000 children from pudgy 6-month-olds to backpack-wearing preschoolers. They expected at least a few low readings, especially in the snowy north. Surprise! Almost every kid landed in the healthy range. A pediatrician in Umeå might still meet a fish-hating toddler, yet the lab sheet whispers, "All good." But let's not pop the confetti just yet. Signpost number 2. The averages hide some quiet dips. When scientists looked past the blood work and into the lunchbox, a pattern appeared. Many older toddlers, hello picky eaters, weren't actually eating a lot of vitamin D-rich foods. Picture a 3-year-old in Gothenburg living on pasta, fruit, and plain bread. Her October blood sample looks fine, boosted by summer sun. Fast forward to late February. Dark days, no supplements, same beige diet. The study hints kids like her can slide toward the low end long before anyone notices. Season matters, but so does geography. Northern families binge on endless July daylight, then hibernate indoors all winter. Autumn vitamin D levels often reflect July sunlight more than January menus. Meanwhile, a preschooler in Stockholm whose parents bike everywhere and buy fortified products keeps steadier levels year-round, even without that midnight sunblast. And of course, money talks. Some households buy supplements only when the paycheck lands. Others lean heavily on preschool meals to fill nutrient gaps. What the municipal meal planners now juggle 4 balls at once: keep vitamin D robust, shrink emissions, respect cultural food choices, and stay on budget. Swap fish fingers for lentil bake? Emissions drop, but the nutrition software flashes warnings in bright red. One preschool director in Malmö wrestles with this every month. She calls the city dietitian. The solution? Rotate dishes, chickpea curry one week, baked salmon the next, plus a new fortified oat drink that nudges vitamins back up, all without blowing the budget. Small tweaks, big ripple. Meanwhile, a child health nurse up in Kiruna flips through a winter checklist. Screen time, bedtime, outdoor play, and a quick quiz on fortified products. No blood draw needed. If answers look shaky, she hands parents a winter plan. Simple swaps, label reading tips, and a reminder to restart those drops after summer. The goal isn't perfection. It's making the better choice the easiest one when the sun barely rises. So where does that leave us? Let's connect the dots. 1. Sweden's 2018 fortification move is quietly crushing its main goal. Most toddlers show solid vitamin D levels, even up north. 2. Those gains aren't bulletproof. Season, picky eating, and household income still create soft spots, especially in late winter. 3. The foods that save the day can also warm the planet. Balancing nutrition with lower emissions takes constant menu tinkering, not a one-time fix. That leads to 3 big questions we'll be hearing more about. As schools and cities cut back on high-emission foods, how do they protect kids' vitamin D? What new vitamin D sources should scientists chase so we get strong bones without the big carbon bill? And finally, when you hear debates about sustainable school food, how will you weigh climate impact against your child's micronutrient safety net? All right. Time for a quick self-check before we wrap. Think about your own kitchen. How many of your regular items, milk, yogurt, plant-based drinks, margarine, are actually fortified like Sweden's? Picture a typical winter day versus a summer day. How much sun and how many fortified foods land on your child's plate? And if you had to pick just one realistic tweak, maybe switching to a fortified spread or adding oily fish once a week, what would it be? So here's what we covered today. Sweden proved a subtle policy shift can lift vitamin D status for almost every toddler, even under a dim Nordic sky. Yet the safety net sags in late winter and for families who can't afford or don't trust fortified options. And the very foods that fix the problem can fuel climate change if we're not strategic. The take-home? Smart fortification plus climate-savvy menus can coexist, but only if we keep tweaking, testing, and talking about it. You now have 3 action steps. Check your labels, map out your family's summer to winter sun exposure, and choose one simple swap that strengthens both your child's bones and the planet's future. Let that sink in for a second. I'm Host, and this has been your 10-minute deep dive into vitamin D, toddlers, and the climate crunch. Join me next week when we explore another tiny nutrient with an outsized story. Until then, stay curious, and maybe grab that fortified oat milk on your way out.